Chief Eyoita, Chief Anthony Nahoro, and a host of others. I'm sure they will be very happy. They will be very happy wherever they are in heaven to see us assemble like this, a galaxy of stars and leaders of Southern Nigeria. I believe strongly that this assembly will produce results, and because of lack of time, I just want to remind us of the fact that what we have today as Nigeria actually came from two strata, the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. And that came together in 1914. 100 years after, look at us now, the Southern Protectorate. What went wrong that the North continued to speak with one voice in the last 100 years? I want to posit that it was probably because the colonial masters never divided the Northern Protectorate into zones. They had only one Northern Protectorate. But in our own case, you are aware that we're divided into the Southwest region and the Southeast region. I think that must have been the reason why that regional divide came, and we were unable, as Southern Nigeria, to speak with one voice. I believe that though tongues may differ, that together we have one strong belief, and that belief is that we need the unity of this country. We need to form a bloc that when we speak, Nigeria listens, and when we decide, Nigeria has decided. I think that should be what should guide us in this conference today. But let me end by bringing a small story. And that story is that of what should form our relationship. You remember that on July 28, 1966, an Igbo man finished his assignment in Yoruba land, in Ibadan. And then, of course, the Yoruba man now warned him and said that it was dangerous for him to proceed in the night, and so he decided to spend the night. And what happened thereafter is history. When danger came calling, that Yoruba man came in between and said that Igbo man cannot be slaughtered in his home. Out of love, he gave his life in order to protect the Igbo man. He laid down his life. And Jesus Christ showed us mankind the greatest love of all by laying down his life in order to redeem and give us salvation. And that was what our dear son, Colonel Adekunle Fayuji, did. Fayuji? Fayuji. It sounds like his name. And of course, what he did for our dear Major General Agui Ironsi, does it sound like his name? It also sounds like his name. It's also, that story is also there in the Bible, between David and Jonathan. Am I right? I want to end by saying that we may weave this story into folklore for our children. But the reality is that this conference should start from there. The love of Southern Nigeria must be reignited, that we can give our lives for one another and we'll speak with one voice. May this be the guiding principle for this conference. I congratulate you and I welcome you all. Thank you and God bless all.
Thank you. I'd like now to call on His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Eweta.
Thank you. Let me reduce the time by using here. The chairman of today's occasion, Your Excellencies, let me join my other colleagues, the conveners of this meeting, to welcome all of us here today. There is no doubt that a platform for talking reduces conflict, reduces violence. As governors today, we are here to listen and to talk less. So let me welcome all of you.
Thank you. I like, following the cue, to call on His Excellency Chief Martins Elechi of Ebonyi State to speak to us. Take him that way.
I am Martin.
He's the same.
The chairman, a very revered chairman, Your Excellencies, our great leaders, spiritual, traditional, political, ladies and gentlemen, may I join my colleagues in welcoming you to this very important occasion. Permit me also to thank His Excellency, the Governor of Cross River State, the government and people of this beautiful state for their warmth of hospitality and the enormous arrangement made for our comfort on this occasion. We are here not by accident, but by divine design. Our former national anthem had it that though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Our duty is to reinforce that brotherhood. Our duty is not to join those who say that our amalgamation by the British colonial masters is a disaster. Whether it was a disaster then, it is a blessing today. And so, we have two eyes in front, not behind. While we may reflect on the past, we should focus on the future. In doing so, it is our duty at this point in time to reinforce our support for Mr. President, who is facing an unusual set of challenges. Never before in the history of Nigeria did any other government have the enormous challenges this president is facing. Yet he does it calmly, without enmity in any form. He does it truly recollected, and the result is showing, so much so that this time is the best time for foreign investors in Nigeria. We are progressing. We are not dwindling. And so, as we brace up to this beautiful assignment to forge a better future for our country, we do so with love and accommodate one another. Thank you for your dignified presence.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I now call on the Executive Governor of Abia State, Dr. Theodore Orji Diochendo.
Mr. Chairman, very, very distinguished people, I'm keeping to an agreement we had last night that protocol should be highly minimized. Every person who is here is highly recognized. Let me join my colleagues to thank all of you, especially all of you, for finding time and leaving everything that you are doing to come here today. My colleagues have thanked those who organized this, but you are essential. I want to remind all of us that This country belongs to you and I. We don't have